Live from a remote germ-free location, Fingerpaint presents the Manny Awards Red Carpet Pre-Show, hosted by Angela Harrison.
Here's Ronnie!
Good evening. I'm Angela Harrison. Welcome. Welcome. Well, fetch me my stool, please. Thank you. Good evening. I'm Angela Harrison, coming to you live, and not at all recorded 18 days ago, from my tastefully decorated home in the great upstate New York, home of Fingerpaint, tonight's sponsor for the red carpet. I am thrilled and honored to welcome you to tonight's 2021 Manny Awards.
Angela, it's not the Manny Awards. It's the Manny Awards.
Man, you're saying man?
Yeah.
2021, it's still just talking about the man. I was told this was the Manny Awards, and that's why I agreed to do this. Well, that is not what I signed up for, but we are here and I have shoes on. So, I'll talk to my boss after this. I'm just gonna circle back and we'll just pick it up. I'm excited to welcome you to the 2021 Manny Awards. So I have some shocking news for you tonight, something that people haven't really been talking about, but we have been living through a global pandemic for the last year, and has gotten really up. So the fact that we're all here tonight to celebrate really outstanding creative work, that's pretty rad. And it just goes to show, no matter how small the spaces that we have to work in, we are the people that know how to really maximize every square inch of real estate. On the page, on the screen, and now we know we can do it at home too. I wanted to check in with tonight's jury members for the show to see how they've maximized real estate to make room for big ideas. And I also just really needed to talk to some other people outside of my family because it's been a long year and I haven't talked to many people. And cheers. I'm gonna go get that started right now. So, talk to you in a minute. Let's talk to some judges. Hi, thanks for joining me. So, we'll start with the basics. I need your name, your title, your agency, and a brief description of your least favorite client.
So my name is Susan Pearlbox. I'm the Chief Creative Officer at InTouch.
You've been home the whole time for the past year?
I have, yeah.
In your home there, where you are right now?
I've been at home in the Kendra Scott showroom.
So how do you think the creative this year was impacted by it all being created in 2020 in this upside down world we're living in?
I think that the work was of extremely high quality and maybe even higher than other years that I have seen. I don't think that the industry missed a beat.
So can you tell me how many awards did Fingerpaint win?
All blinded, I don't know.
I'll ask you this one, and I think maybe this will help.
Okay.
If I started a show called The Womanies, would you be willing to come be a judge for the Manny Awards? And do you feel like in 2021, it's probably time for something like a Manny Award? Or is it just me?
I'm very intrigued by the idea of a Manny. It's a little hard to say, but catchy nonetheless.
We could just say womany.
So with the Womany, what is the requirement there? Like, do you have to be a woman to enter?
I don't know. I haven't really thought it through. I haven't really gotten beyond the name. Like, I really need to workshop this with my team, but we've been a little busy. Okay, let's see. Account versus creative.
Versus, no.
Good, okay, good. You're the first one. No, it's account and creative. That's beautiful. Thanks, Susan. See you at the Womanies. Hi. So I'm gonna ask you some questions about, just the process and then maybe some other weird things.
You're in camera as I am.
Yes.
Instead of the same jacket that I'm wearing for the last 12 months.
Well, I think This is the first time I have put on anything, other than a sweatshirt.
Okay, so just a second. Let's put something back.
I think this is our first costume change.
I don't have any faces, so just like the
Oh, perfect! Look at that! That's a tux jacket. You just have it laying around. That's perfect. Let's start with the basics. Give me your name, title, agency, and about a 15-minute description of your least favorite client.
15 minutes description. My name is Felipe Munoz. I am a EVP Group Creative Director at CDM. A 15 minutes description?
No. So let's see. Have you been working at home this whole time throughout the quarantine for all of 2020?
Yes, with the same sweatpants for 12 months.
Perfect. Out of the work that you judged this year for the Manny's, were you surprised by stuff that you saw?
I think there are some very good surprises. First, good to see like every year how the bar is just getting higher and higher. Like,
do you think that did the work look different this year, having come out of work that was built during a pandemic when everyone's working from home, versus like creative that you might have been judging in 2019 or 2018?
There are more 3D animations, or 2D animations as well. Like just because like for the production, the cameras on production is coming back, but like it's just like for a while it was hard to produce things like live action people.
How would you describe your experience like coming into this jury?
I think like the jury worked very well. I think that the guys from the Manny's, they did like a tremendous job, like to put this together in this virtual world and to make this happen.
So one last question. If I started my own show called The Womannies, would you be a judge at the Womanny show?
Depends. You have to be a woman to be a jury there?
No, I mean, we're going to give everyone an equal shot.
Do you have stakes in your jury?
Yeah. We'll mail some steaks. We'll put it in a nice, like pink ribbon around it. Well, this has been lovely, sir. I want to say thanks for doing this.
Cool. No, nice to meet you.
Hi, and who are you?
My name is Marcos Kawamura. I go by Kawa. I worked at Area 23. This is all new for me. First time working in pharma, so.
Ooh, all right, good. This will get saucy. Okay, cool. So what made you make the jump from consumer to pharmaceuticals?
I think most of all is like after this whole time selling products, using my creativity to sell products that somehow is harmful for health, harmful for the planet. I don't know, like as we get older, we get more conscious about the others. We want to be more helpful. We change our mindset. We learn so many things, and especially like how we want to implement our time. And I want to implement my knowledge into helping others more. That's
great. So I think it's really interesting to get your perspective on you coming in as a judge, new to this space. How do you see that versus the world that you were in before? And what did you kind of take in to look at this work to judge it for these awards? This was a great experience because this is the first time that I could see like overall work done in the industry. It feels like, there are great, great pieces, and it was above from what I was expecting. So how about a few rapid fire questions? Quarantine soundtrack.
Jazz, general.
Copy versus art?
Art.
Okay. Noted.
I'm art. I'm a visual guy.
Yeah, I'm copy, so we can duke it out. 2020 hero?
2020 hero, American people.
That's lovely. That's lovely. So this is for the Fingerpaint red carpet event prior to the Manny's, which you might not know because you haven't been, is normally a very fancy soiree in the city. So who are you wearing?
Okay, my designer is a little bit of Boulder, because this comes from Boulder where I lived before, and shorts from Miami. So it's like Miami Boulder designer.
That's an interesting kind of, infusion there.
Hipster beach.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for your time. I really appreciate it.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Oh, I know you. Name, title, agency, go.
My name is Tracy Blackwell. I'm the head of creative at the Fingerpaint, New Jersey office.
And you've been at home for the past year?
Yes, for the past year, I have been at home. We have been virtual the entire year.
And how have you seen that kind of impact the work that you guys have been doing?
It's interesting because I think everyone expected the pandemic and being virtual to have a real negative impact on the work, or even, I think as importantly, on the culture and the connection that the teams felt. And I actually think that it's almost been the opposite. I think we've all surprised ourselves at the fact that we are able to still be connected. We're able to still get to know each other. We're able to still produce awesome work. And I think you just get a little more creative about it. And everybody has to make an effort to make sure that you're all connected.
Any other new quarantine hobbies?
And I guess maybe this is a quarantine hobby. I feed these squirrels that now come to my front door and stand on their hind legs and look in, even though there's 2 cats and a dog sitting there ready to eat them.
How many squirrels are coming to your house every day?
Well, there's one regular now. We call him Patches because he's missing some fur, but they literally come when I make a clicking sound. I feed them peanuts and they stand up at the door.
What's the sound that you make?
I just go like,
are they there now? Should you check the door?
and I see them. I live on a cul-de-sac. They come down from the trees. They come down from the telephone poles and they all, it's really funny. Don't put that in there, Angela. I'm not signing the disclaimer for that.
All right, let's see. Who's your 2020 hero?
Oh, geez. My 2020 hero. I mean, I kind of feel like you have to say Dr. Fauci.
Yeah. How do you feel like the past year has it shifted the industry in any way, or shifted your view of the industry after living through this?
I think that we've all taken the time to realize how important communication is. I think if nothing else, if we take the pandemic on head on and we take vaccination now on head on, I hope that everyone realizes that what we do is actually so important, because you see what happens when communication isn't great or when things are confusing. I mean, some of it's not even just that there's misinformation. It's some of what's going on is hard to understand. I have my 90-year-old grandmother asking me every night different questions about this vaccine and that vaccine, and her friends all know them by name. And, I think we see then that we have a really important role in making sure that we very clearly communicate things in ways that people can understand. And that's what's going to inspire action and affect change. And I think everybody sees that. And hopefully that's going to make a lot of people want to get into our industry and certainly make us take a closer look at everything we say and do.
Bye, Tracy. See you later. Now for my final guest. Hello. Name, title, agency, least favorite client, go.
Gary Shiner. I'm the executive creative director of CDMP or CDM Princeton, and I'm not answering your last question.
Like a hint? No.
Least in history?
You can, in history. I haven't gotten anybody to answer this yet, so any clues?
There's a reason.
Oh, really? So, taking all this crazy change into consideration over the past year, what is something that you or your team, accomplished that you otherwise would have thought, had been impossible?
Yeah, so we had our most successful year ever. Business-wise, growth-wise. We launched 4 brands in a pandemic. We pivoted in real time. We went from, we're launching at this conference in 3 months to do it virtually and creating, figuring out ways to collaborate because, during launches are incredibly stressful, as I'm sure you know, and somehow our teams figured out how to not drop the ball on anything.
Did you pick up any new hobbies during quarantine?
I did a lot of puzzles early on. Way too many.
How many pieces? What was the biggest puzzle?
The hardest one was like a Ziggy Stardust album cover, 3D. It was like most of the album covers like in all shadows, so it's like mostly black. Impossible.
You're still working on it.
No. Finished it.
Well, the room that you're in right now, is that normally where you work?
Yes.
Yeah. And any specific reason why that room? Is there anything inspirational about it, or you just are able to hide? Or
The ocean right behind me.
oh, that'll do it. Okay, yeah, we'll take that. A small piece of inspiration.
Small piece. I actually, we moved during the pandemic.
That's amazing. Okay, so far you've won the pandemic. Good for you. I will note that. No, I don't know. This has been fun. I don't know if you have anything else that you would like to impart on our audience before we wrap this up, just as far as your experience being involved with the Manny's, and how creativity really wasn't quarantined, if you will.
It really wasn't. I was, there's always a lot of dreck in most award shows, right? Like really? But I was really, I continued to be surprised by the level of quality of work in this industry, and it just gets better and better with each year. The industry, I think, continues to meet the challenge, which is super exciting. It really is.
Can you tell me what Fingerpaint won? Just do that. Is that a yes?
Well, you won the day because you guys are hosting this day.
Yeah, we'll go with that. All right, this has been fun. Congratulations on your house and your most inspirational view out there. And maybe we will cross paths again one day.
I'm sure we will. Small business.
Yeah. All right. Have a good one. Thank you so much.
Thank you. See you later.
Bye. So there you have it. Proof that you can't quarantine creativity. Even when we're all trapped at home in our perpetually messy, hot dumpster fire of a home, big ideas are still out there, and you can still find them amongst the mess that you're all probably living in, just like me. So, I'm really excited to see who's going to have the big ideas tonight, who's going to win everything. Looking forward to watching the rest of the show. Good luck to everybody, and thanks for tuning in.